Ever wondered how to make the perfect pierogies at home? From the bustling streets of Ukraine, where they originated, to the chic bistros of the West, pierogies have become a beloved dish worldwide. These scrumptious dumplings are known for their soft, tender dough and mouth-watering fillings, typically a delightful combination of mashed potatoes, cheese, and sometimes a dash of meat or vegetables. Making pierogies at home might seem like a daunting task, but with the right ingredients and a touch of patience, it's entirely doable. You'll need some all-purpose flour, eggs, and a pinch of salt for the dough. As for the filling, mashed potatoes, onions, cheese, and a sprinkle of your favorite spices will do the trick. The magic of homemade pierogies lies in the freedom to experiment with different fillings to suit your palate. Get ready to uncover the secret to making delectable pierogies in your own kitchen. For this recipe, you will need a few simple ingredients. First off, for the dough, we'll be needing all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, a couple of eggs, and some water. The flour serves as the base of our dough, while the salt enhances the flavor. The eggs, on the other hand, provide structure and richness. The water simply brings all these elements together. Moving on to the filling, we'll need potatoes, onions, cheese, and some spices. The potatoes will be the heart of our filling, providing a comforting, hearty taste. The onions add a bit of a sweet, tangy kick, while the cheese offers a creamy, satisfying texture. The spices, of course, are where we infuse our own personal flair to the dish. You can use a blend of your favorite spices, but a mix of turmeric, cumin, and coriander would give a wonderful Indian twist. Now that we have our ingredients ready, it's time to start cooking. The first step in making pierogies is preparing the dough. To start off, we'll need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. This will serve as the base of our dough. But remember, the secret to a perfect dough lies in the quality of the flour, so choose wisely. Now, create a well in the middle of your flour mound. Next, we're going to crack in 2 large eggs. These will act as our binding agent, giving the dough that well-loved elastic texture. Gently whisk the eggs inside the well, gradually incorporating the surrounding flour into the mix. Now it's time for a pinch of salt. I know, it seems small, but trust me, it makes a world of difference. It enhances the flavor, and it also strengthens the dough. Once you've mixed in the salt, it's time to add half a cup of water. Add it slowly, bit by bit. This is where things start getting messy, but don't worry, that's part of the fun. Now let's get our hands in there. Start kneading the dough. Don't be shy, really work it. Kneading is a crucial step because it develops the gluten in the flour, giving our dough its structure. You'll know you're done when the dough is smooth and elastic, which should take about 10 minutes. And voila! You've just made your pierogies dough, but we're not quite finished yet. Now, we need to let it rest. Cover your dough with a clean kitchen towel and let it sit for about 30 minutes. This resting time allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to roll and shape later on. Finally, after the dough has rested, give it one last quick knead. Then divide it into 2 equal parts. This will make the dough easier to work with when we start shaping our pierogies. With our dough ready, we can now move on to the next step, the filling. A delicious filling is what gives pierogies their unique flavor. Creating the perfect filling for your pierogies is all about balance and taste. It's a process that involves careful cooking and seasoning, and today we're going to walk you through it step by step. First, let's start with the ingredients. For a traditional potato and cheese filling, you'll need some boiled potatoes, a good handful of grated cheese, a dash of salt, and pepper to taste. Now, if you want to add a little twist to your recipe, you could also throw in some sautéed onions, garlic, or even a sprinkle of your favorite herbs. To prepare the filling, begin by mashing your boiled potatoes until they're smooth and creamy. You want to get rid of any lumps that might interfere with the texture of your filling. Once you've achieved the perfect consistency, it's time to add in your cheese. Now, the cheese is where you can get really creative. You could use cheddar, mozzarella, or even a blend of your favorites. The key is to make sure that it melts well into the potatoes, creating a gooey and delicious mixture. Next, it's time for seasoning. A dash of salt and a sprinkle of pepper should do the trick. But remember, seasoning is all about personal preference. So feel free to add in any spices or herbs that you think will complement the flavors of your filling. Just make sure to taste as you go along to ensure you've got the balance just right. Now, if you've opted for sautéed onions or garlic, you'll want to mix these in last. Sauté them in a little butter until they're soft and golden. Then stir them into your potato and cheese mixture. This will give your filling an extra layer of flavor that's sure to impress. And there you have it. A delicious, creamy, and flavorful filling that's ready to be stuffed into your pierogies. Now that our filling is prepared, we're ready to assemble our pierogies. Now comes the exciting part, assembling and cooking our pierogies. With our dough rolled out and our filling ready to go, it's time to bring these two components together. Take a round dough piece, roughly the size of your palm, and place a spoonful of filling in the center. Now fold the dough over the filling, creating a half-moon shape. Crimp the edges with your fingers or a fork to seal it shut. Repeat this process until all your dough and filling have been used. Keep in mind, it's essential to make sure that the edges are well sealed to prevent any filling from escaping during the cooking process. Now, let's move on to cooking our pierogies. Fill a large pot with water and bring it to a rolling boil. Carefully drop your pierogies into the boiling water. They will sink at first, but don't worry, they'll float to the surface once they're cooked. This usually takes about 3 to 4 minutes. While our pierogies are boiling, let's get started on a simple but classic topping. Melt some butter in a pan over medium heat. Add finely chopped onions and cook until they're golden brown and caramelized. This will add a delightful sweetness and crunch to our soft and savory pierogies. Once the pierogies float to the surface, use a slotted spoon to remove them from the pot and gently place them in the pan with the caramelized onions. Toss them around to coat in the buttery onion goodness. Cook for another 2 minutes until they're golden and lightly crispy. And there you have it. The perfect balance of soft, chewy dough filled with deliciously savory filling, topped off with sweet caramelized onions. It's a symphony of textures and flavors in each bite. Voila! Your homemade perogies are ready to be savored. These delightful dumplings are a testament to the magic that happens when simple ingredients are transformed with a little love and care. So, grab a fork and dig in. Your taste buds are in for a treat. Now for the moment of truth, tasting the pierogies. As the burst of flavor fills my mouth, it's clear that every step of this culinary journey has been worth it. The dough, which we prepared with such care, is soft and tender, its texture a perfect foil for the rich filling inside. It's delicate but sturdy enough to hold the filling without breaking apart, a testament to the perfect balance we achieved in our dough preparation. The filling, oh the filling, it's a symphony of flavors, each ingredient playing its part to create a harmonious whole. The potatoes are creamy and comforting, grounding the dish with their earthy flavor. The cheese adds a touch of indulgence, its slight tang cutting through the richness of the potatoes. The onions, lightly caramelized, add a hint of sweetness, a subtle note that enhances the overall flavor profile. You can taste the love and care that went into these pierogies, each bite a testament to the magic of home cooking. They're a delight to the senses, their aroma enticing, their taste satisfying, their texture pleasing to the palate. Looking back, we've journeyed through the process of making pierogies from scratch, emphasizing the simplicity and fun of the process. We gathered our ingredients, selecting each one with care to ensure the best possible flavor. We prepared the dough, taking our time to get the consistency just right. We created the perfect filling, balancing flavors to achieve a delicious harmony. We assembled and cooked the pierogies, taking pride in each step of the process. And now we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. The satisfaction of biting into a pierogi you've made yourself is unparalleled. It's a labor of love, a testament to the joy of cooking. So there you have it. The journey from ingredients to plate, from dough to delicious pierogies is a rewarding one. It's a process that's as fun as it is simple, a culinary adventure that anyone can embark on. See? Making delicious pierogies at home is easier than you thought. Happy cooking!